What's up, everybody? I thought I'd make a video of this generator deal I'm tearing apart in case anybody else could use this information. This is a Duromax XP10000EH generator. It was started with no oil and seized up. So this is what I've got it tore apart. You definitely got to tear all this crap off of it to get down to the connecting rod. So basically, here's the case right here that was on right there. This is the governor. If you ever wonder what the governor looks like, basically centrifugal weights. When that spins, this thing pops up. Just from the centrifugal force, pushes on this lever, and that regulates the engine RPMs to whatever it's you want it set for. At least that's my theory on the whole thing. Had to take this armature off. That was probably the hardest thing that I didn't know how to do, and I figured out thanks to YouTube videos. Basically, this is a tapered shaft, and it's pressed on there like that. It's tapered inside there, and then there's a great big old bolt that goes down through there and cranks it on there. And what I found was I took a rod, great big rod. This rod goes down through here when it's all still on the motor, and eventually it will go inside the threads there and bottom out. And then I took the this bolt and just tighten it down. It's an 8.8 millimeter bolt. Cranked it down in there, and it pressed against that long rod. Eventually it popped it off. It was a pain in the butt. Anyway, so that came off. Something else you should be mindful of if you're doing a generator is this little dude right here has the brushes in it. And you can see here when I took it apart, I broke the brushes because I didn't think about that. Take that thing off when you're separating this, and that way when all this stuff goes past the brushes, it doesn't break them off. Anyway, so I got the engine down to here. There's a bunch of other stuff that came out. I took out the lifters and the cam. Take a bunch of pictures if you're doing this. I did. It basically seems like a clone of a Honda. I think it's like a Honda 390cc, although this one is a Duramax version. Basically a Chinese version of the Honda motor. And this one I believe is 440 cc's. And I got it down to the point where I got to take the rod out. So I had to take the head off. To get the head off, you got to take the carb off and air cleaner and all that stuff. And of course there's one bolt down here in the housing. So it's not just like taking the carb off. You got to pretty much get all that plastic crap out of the way to get it off. So anyway, I just got this thing free, and I just was pulling this rod out. And you can see here, basically from running it without oil. I don't know why they sell it without oil in it, but definitely collusion between the rod and the crankshaft. It melted it pretty good. You can see that it's melted right there. Definitely needs replaced. These motors are about 380 bucks for a new one, although tapered shaft one is a little bit harder to find, but it might be worth it just to change the whole motor. But we got our part this far. I'm gonna see if I can find the parts. So there's the crank down in there. You can kind of see the marks on it, where the aluminum rod was rubbing on it. Yeah, you can see it real good. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to replace the crank. I think I might just try and clean it up. There's no bearings. It's just basically aluminum connecting rod wrapped around a steel crankshaft. That's it. So there's no bearings that you can replace or anything else. So now my next project is to measure this rod and see if I can find a match for it, because finding Duromax parts seems to be kind of hard. I don't think they're really meant to be rebuilt, but hopefully Honda stuff will work. Anyway, that's it, what we know up to now.